Hey there. Good morning. According to my computer, we are live. That's right. Hey, I'm your host, Jeff Ski Kinsey, SKI. Remember, it may be water, but it would never be snow. I hate snow with passion. I'd much rather it be hot because I can figure out a way to get cool. The inverse is not always true. For me, your mileage may vary. Hey, couple things. First, I want to give a shout out to this book from Ellie Goldratt, the late Dr. Ellie Goldratt, Eliyahu M. Goldratt. It's Not Luck. He used to tout it as really the only marketing book that he created. And if you remember when he wrote The Goal back in the 80s, it was a business novel and it was based on real events. But I asked him, in fact, when I interviewed him for my international business magazine, TOC Review, I said, it seems like It's Not Luck was written to prove that TOC would work and anywhere and everywhere. He goes, no, that wasn't it at all. I still think that's true. Somewhere in the back of his mind, because that's one of the biggest complaints I get about his theory of constraints, which today is a law, by the way. It's no longer a theory. But today, this is July 4th. Happy Independence Day. Today, I'm going to write the book I've been promising to write for not quite 100 years, but a long time, on marketing. Marketing done right, okay? Based on the law of constraints. And based on Ellie's premise, he said, look, marketing is figuring out, the magic word here is figuring, takes effort, is figuring out that ducks like and eat corn. Advertising is spreading that corn on the shores of a lake for the ducks to see it, come down and land and eat it. And he said, then selling is shooting those sitting ducks, which is illegal in most states. And he said, if you get everything just right, it's as if the ducks have glue on their feet and they can't get away. Well, he was great, as some of you know, for introducing a number of concepts and then letting others explore and expand, like Bill Detmer has done with the logical thinking process in the third generation, where he's combined the work of the late Colonel John Boyd, the OODA loop. Well, I have tackled the lake. That's an important concept in marketing that too many people get wrong. Well, let's back up. Almost everybody gets marketing wrong because they say, hey, I need help marketing my business. Hey, you got any marketing ideas? It doesn't work that way. That's not marketing. Marketing is figuring out, do you have anything somebody will buy? I was working with a startup many moons ago, and I kept telling him, look, you have to, and he had spent a bunch of money and a bunch of other people's money and basically never made a sale. And I mean, a lot of money. And I said, look, you need to work on something where you can get the cash register to ring within 90 days. He's like, well, how's that even possible? Well, it is. And he worked at it and he worked at it. And years later, he calls and he goes, I did it. He goes, 44 days. He says, I had this idea. I launched it. And 44 days later, I got my first check. Exactly. He finally come to realize that marketing is figuring out what people will pay for, what your ducks like to eat. Okay. So I'm going to write that book today in my spare time. And obviously there's going to be a number of references to this book. Also, John Spolstra's book, Marketing Outrageously. And that is some amazing stuff. And one of the rules I love in there that John shared, Jon Spolstra, is look, you need to return at least 4x on your efforts. Okay. If you're not, you need to change it, stop it, reinvent the wheel, pivot, do something. But if you're not getting at least 4 times your money back, you got to stop. And I'll also touch, maybe I'll look up some more details. Remember AOL? Most of the people I'm talking to are old enough to remember that you used to get originally, what was it? Well, I remember the CDs. I think there's something that predated that. Maybe not. But everybody and anybody was shipping these AOL, America Online, CDs to give people free access to America Online to kick the tires on it. Now, why did AOL send out millions of those? Because I heard one number was they were getting as much as $80 return on investment for every CD they sent out. Okay. So guess what? If that was your business development approach and everything you sent out, every X you sent out, you got back 80 times your return on that, okay, you would follow suit. So anyhow, it's going to be 99 pages long. It's going to have 27 chapters. Again, I've written it in my mind 100 times. I'm going to put it down on paper, or at least electrons, out there on the World Wide Web, the interwebs. And it also, I got so disappointed the very first time a Kindle book sold for more than $7, and then it was more than $9. And now some of them are a lot of money. So it's going to be $27 for the 27 chapters. That's $1 a chapter, right? So anyhow, marketing. It's not what you think. Okay. Remember, I went to college after the Marine Corps. GI Bill paid for it. My wife insisted I go. And I learned the 4 Ps, which are still valid today. But what I learned, and by the way, I got a B in marketing, the class on marketing. And I graduated with a 3.8. So, most of my grades were A's, but marketing didn't make sense the way they were approaching it, the way the text was teaching it. Okay. They didn't understand that it's figuring out. Okay. Think of this. Everybody in America, practically, I mean, there might be a few exceptions and I wouldn't know why, but everyone in America has a can of WD-40 in their house. Okay. It's this miracle lubricant. And one of the presidents of the company, I think there were 3 or 4, one of the presidents said, look, everybody thinks we're a manufacturing company or a technology company because we figured this out. By the way, it was the 40th formula they tried that was magic. He goes, no. WD-40 is a marketing company. Shout out to Shama Hyder, one of my colleagues, a friend, and somebody who gets marketing. Okay. So you want a second opinion? Check with Shama. How's that? And again, we don't see eye to eye on everything. Okay. But we do both tend to focus on B2B. Now, she works with a lot of big companies, and I work with the small privately held businesses. In fact, I love to tell the story. I had a client who sold out to a publicly traded company. I said, that's it. I had one employee, maybe several, get upset with me because I was, quote, deserting them. No, I didn't sell the company. And no, I cannot help a publicly traded company. They don't apply any common sense in their goal to meet the quarterly numbers. So I can't help in that environment. I produce results, and I'm not willing to produce results that says, hey, look, we made these numbers. We destroyed the company. We ruined lives. We laid off tens of thousands of people. But guess what? We made the numbers. That doesn't work for me. So I work, by the way, if you need help with your business, and who doesn't today? Very few people. If you do somewhere between $2 and $22 million in gross annual revenue, or you did before the meltdown, the most recent meltdown, then reach out. I could probably help, particularly if it's manufacturing, if it's production. I do everything except food and beverage. I leave those to Gordon Ramsay. But otherwise, I can help. And I can do it from right here in my easy chair at the office. Or if you're in Ohio, I definitely would love to pop in and see you, or probably east of the Mississippi. But I only work in the 47 continental United States. No one can figure out what they're thinking in California. I mean, I posted, I think it was yesterday, they've made the 3rd revision to some law out there about if you put solar panels on your roof. The first pass and the second pass of this law gave you 20 years to recoup something. I didn't pay too much attention to the detail. But they just changed it in the 3rd iteration to say, well, you only got 15 years. And guess what? We lied to you if you believed us on the first and second pass, and you put it up assuming a 20-year payback or whatever. You only got 15. And we can do that because we don't care. Okay. It says in the Constitution you can't pass retroactive laws. But so we only do business in the 47 states that I can get to by motorcycle. Hey, I went way long, but I'm excited. It's Independence Day. Got the family get together. Going to do the grilling thing. Might even go swimming. Don't know. Don't hold me to that. But I'm also going to get this book done, and it'll be available tomorrow on the website, affordablequarters.com. Soon we're doing a pivot. Here's another announcement. We're pivoting to fastchargeenergy.com. We are making 80% of our effort with storage containers, ISO shipping containers, all about EV charging. And if you want to help, reach out. Shoot me a text. Text the word fast charge to my mobile, 330-992-4754. Let's have a conversation. Won't be today. I'll call you back tomorrow. Okay? Great. Get her done. I'm going to.